The repellent. This isn't just a lack of charisma, it's anti-charisma, an active force that creates a vacuum around a person. Their conversation is a minefield of complaints, criticism, and unsolicited sarcasm. They interrupt not to understand, but to insert their own story. The energy in a room plummets the moment they enter because they take it, giving nothing in return. They talk about their problems as if they're the most important in the world, devaluing the experiences of others. But here's their tragedy. Most of the time, they don't understand why they're alone. They see the world as hostile and cold, never realizing they create that cold with their own constant discontent. They genuinely believe they're just telling it like it is, while everyone else hears only toxicity. Their path to growth begins not with learning social techniques, but with asking one painful question. Maybe the problem is me. The invisible. This is a step up from anti-charisma. A person at this level isn't avoided, they're simply not noticed. They are social wallpaper, a shadow person, whose presence is only registered when they leave and the room feels slightly bigger. They speak quietly, if they speak at all. Their opinion is an echo of the loudest person in the room. They don't ask questions for fear of looking stupid, and don't tell stories for fear of wasting people's time. In a group, they physically try to take up as little space as possible, as if apologizing for their own existence. The trap of this level is the quiet conviction of their own insignificance. They don't take risks, don't argue, and don't express themselves, not because they have nothing to say, but because they're convinced their words carry no weight. Their transformation begins with one small act of rebellion against their fear, to state a simple opinion that is theirs alone, even if no one likes it. The polite. This is the intelligence of social rules. A person at this level has mastered the basic code of human interaction, saying please, holding the door, not interrupting. They are the grease in the machinery of society that prevents friction. They are predictable, safe, and functional. Colleagues don't complain about them. Neighbors say hello. They don't annoy anyone. But that is their core problem. Their politeness is a shield, not a bridge. It protects them from social blunders, but it also isolates them from genuine connection. The trap of this level is being faceless. Politeness without warmth is just a set of algorithms. You can't see the person behind it, their thoughts, their passions. They are remembered not as a personality, but as a function. That guy who always says hi in the elevator. Their next step is to take a risk, to risk adding a pinch of their own personality to the rules, even if it might not please everyone.
The likable. Here, charisma first begins to breathe. This is politeness with warmth added. A person at this level doesn't just follow rules, they radiate positive energy. They smile genuinely, remember names, and give compliments that feel real. They're the one who brings donuts to the office just because. They are easy and comfortable to be around. Their presence creates an atmosphere of ease. People are instinctively drawn to them because they feel good in their company. They are a master of small talk and positive vibes. But the shadow of this level is fear. The fear of no longer being liked. The desire to be pleasant turns into a desperate need for approval. They become a people pleaser, someone who says yes when they want to say no. They avoid all conflict, smooth over every rough edge, and in the process, they erase their own personality into a smooth, featureless state. Their growth begins when they realize that true connection runs deeper than just being liked. It requires the courage to sometimes be inconvenient, to have an opinion, and to be respected for who you are, not for who others want you to be. The engaging. Here, the architecture of charisma changes. The focus shifts from the self to others. A person at this level understands that the most interesting topic for anyone is themselves. Their charisma is not a loudspeaker, but a spotlight aimed at the other person. They ask questions that make you think. They listen not to reply, but to understand. They remember small details and bring them up in later conversations. People walk away from them with an intoxicating feeling of their own significance, thinking not, wow, he's interesting, but wow, I'm interesting when I talk to him. But the shadow side of this level is exhaustion. They spend so much energy validating others that there's nothing left for themselves. They become a social chameleon who adapt so well to everyone that they forget who they really are. Their skill at listening becomes a way to hide, never allowing anyone to see the real person within. Their growth begins when they find the courage to turn the spotlight on themselves and let others get to know them with all their flaws and contradictions. The magnetic. Charisma ceases to be an action and becomes a state. It's a passive force like gravity. A person at this level doesn't need to try to get attention. Attention finds them. Their confidence comes not from external approval, but from a deep inner core. Their passion for their work or an idea is so strong that it radiates, infecting everyone around them. They are comfortable in silence. When they speak, people quiet down because their words have weight. They are the center of gravity in any room, even if they're just standing in the corner. But the trap of magneticism is the pedestal. People stop seeing a person and start seeing an idol, a projection of their own hopes. This creates a profound loneliness. They are surrounded by a crowd of admirers, but starved of true peers. Every interaction carries the risk of being insincere because people want a piece of their light, not their true self. Their true power is unlocked when they use their gravity not to pull people toward them, but to lift others up to a new level alongside them.
The influential. Here, charisma finds a purpose and a direction. It's no longer just a passive gravity, it's a focused beam capable of moving mountains. A person at this level doesn't just attract, they lead. They connect ideas to emotions, turning dry facts into stories that ignite hearts. They don't persuade with logic, they persuade with conviction. This is the charisma of a leader who can unite a team around a common goal, or a negotiator who finds common ground where others see only a wall. Their words don't just change moods, they change decisions. But the shadow of this power is immense. The line between influence and manipulation is razor thin, defined only by intent. Every word carries the weight of responsibility for those who believed. They live with the constant risk of abusing that trust, of turning followers into pawns. It's the loneliness of power, where every advisor may have their own agenda. Their greatness is measured not by how many they led, but by where they led them. The inspiring. This is the highest, purest form of charisma. Its purpose is not to make people follow you, but to make them believe in themselves. This person doesn't give answers, they ask questions that help others find their own. They see not who you are, but who you could become, and they reflect that potential so brightly that you start to believe it in yourself. They don't create followers, they create new leaders. Their presence is a catalyst that awakens the hidden strength, ambition, and courage in people. The shadow side of this level is the complete disillusion of the ego. It is the path of the mentor whose name is often forgotten when their students achieve greatness. They give away their energy asking for nothing in return, and their success is measured by the success of others. This requires immense self-sacrifice and humility. Their legacy is not in what they built themselves, but in those they taught how to build. And that kind of legacy is eternal. More videos like this are coming soon. Subscribe to see them.